What's going on, guys? Ted from Immersion here, and I'm back with another Kickstarter spotlight for you this week. What do I have? Coffee Crisis for the Sega Genesis. Yes, folks, that's right, the Sega Genesis. I did a review, or a spotlight, one of the first spotlight I ever did. I talked about Haunted Halloween 1986, which was a new Genesis, or a new NES cartridge. This is Coffee Crisis. This is a brand new game being developed for the Sega Genesis. Yes, physical carts for your Sega Genesis. So dust that off. Sega just more recently in the news is putting the Genesis back into production. So you can go and pick up a new Genesis, or if you still have your old one, you can do that. There's also PC ports. I'm not going to play the videos because I feel like I can do just as good a job as describing the game as the videos do. So as you can see, they just got started. They're 23 days in. They are about a third of the way back to $3,000 out of the $10,000 goal. So again, physical cart. There is a PC port as well. But what is Coffee Crisis? If you're familiar with the old school hack and slash kind of beat 'em up games of the 16-bit era, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time, that's Streets of Rage, that's pretty much all that's coming to mind. Oh, Double Dragon, Battletoads, those kind of games where it's a side-scrolling game, and you have your bunch of enemies show up, you beat them up, you might have a special attack or something, a couple of pickups, and you beat the enemies up and you move on. So that is. Let's see if we have any still images of the game I can show you. Nope, but you can see here's the production and the soldering of making the actual prototypes of the physical carts themselves, working away. There's a vine. We'll get into the specific goals. Again, as you can see here, side-scrolling, typical 16-bit goodness. So let's see. Nope, no other pictures, so maybe we'll have to play the video just a bit. We'll mute it so I can talk over it. But it's classic. Here you go. You can kind of see side-scrolling, punch, beat 'em up, that kind of stuff. So, what's the premise of the game? The Smurglian race has come to Earth, and they're trying to steal our four most important resources: metal music, the best coffee, cat videos, and all of our Wi-Fi. So, Nick and Ashley, two baristas from the Black Forge Coffee House, are our heroes who are stepping up to combat all these aliens, wielding a bag of coffee beans and, like, a coffee pot, basically. See if we can see that back at the beginning. If it shows the characters. It doesn't. That's fine. So, this is a funny video. You guys can check this video out if you want. It kind of is a... For those of you who aren't familiar with what is metal and what is not, this video does a pretty good job of this is metal, this is not. Enemies that you're going to be fighting: aliens, bros, cowgirls, country western singers, old people. It's all in there. So, it's just, if you're a newer gamer, this may not appeal to you, and I recognize that, and I'm sure Megacat Studios recognizes that as well. But maybe if you're a newer gamer and you have access to a Sega Genesis, or you just want to play the PC port on your computer, that's fine. But this is going to harken back to a lot of us who kind of grew up in the Sega, versus Nintendo, Genesis does what Nintendo don't kind of era, where you wanted to play on the kind of grittier, more metal console as opposed to Nintendo's happy-go-lucky Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, that kind of a thing. So, what else are we gonna be getting? Let's look at the pledge levels. $25 gets you a PC port of the game. Estimated delivery is a month from now, in December. They actually did just have last week, I didn't even realize this, they had their kind of sort of soft launch prototype party, so that just passed. So $25 gets you the PC port of the game. Is that a little bit much? Maybe. I don't know the length of the game. It is limited by 16-bit. It has to be able to fit on a cart. Personally, I feel like $25 might be a little bit much for a PC port of a Genesis game. Maybe $15, $10 might be more in the line of what I'd be willing to pay. But, I haven't seen the game itself, so I can't really speak to that. $40 gets you the PC port of the game and a 1-pound bag of Demon Blend Coffee by Zeke's. So you get yourself, again, coffee being a really big part of this game. So you get a 1-pound bag of coffee. $55 will get you the Genesis game. Complete in box with full color instruction manual, translucent Genesis shell, and full color manual. This is the shell here. You can kind of see it's translucent, glittery, pinkish, and it comes in the traditional, let's see if did I scroll past it? Here you go. Here's the color guide, and then the traditional, looks like the clamshell plastic Genesis case as well. I saw it somewhere. I might just go, there it is. Traditional Genesis box with the full color manual and the translucent cart. That was for $55, just the cart. $75 will get you the PC port of Coffee Crisis, the limited edition Genesis cart, which is full color limited edition, new translucent Genesis cartridge shell, new PCB board with custom Blackforge styling, bragging rights that you are an ambassador to support the first Sega Genesis game that supports the most metal coffee house. Limited edition cartridge, full color manual, and the bragging rights. That is $75. $100 Espresso Diablo level, PC port, limited edition cartridge, full color instruction manual, the bragging rights, as well as Coffee Crisis mouse pad. $150. I'll take mine black. PC port, cartridge, instruction manual, bragging rights, mouse pad, limited edition vinyl album of the Coffee Crisis chiptunes featuring Grey Walker, and the 1-pound bag of coffee. $250 Metal Mocha. You're going to get PC port, cartridge, manual, bragging rights, mouse pad, vinyl album, 1-pound bag of Demon Blend coffee, and your logo, your company's logo, will appear in the game in the background of one of the game's levels somewhere. So if it was me and I wanted to put the little Nerd Immersion NI symbol in the game, I could have it for $250. $350, there is, oh, by the way, those are unlimited amounts of those. $350, there is one, still 24 of these left. PC port, cartridge, color manual, bragging rights, mouse pad, vinyl, 1-pound Demon Bag coffee, logo and level, and you are in the game. Same as the above tier, but also including your 16-bit likeness image along with your name displayed in the Hall of Heroes in our game. We put our talented team top. We will put our talented team top the task. I think it's supposed to be on top of the task of making your character pop in this game. And man, we still got more backers to go. 500 limited edition. There's only 10. You get everything that I just said, because I'm not gonna get tired of saying everything. But your excellent assistance of $500. You will be upgraded to a full-page ad, approximately 4 inches by 6.5 inches in the game's manual, not to mention a much larger display of your company's logo in the game's background. You'll also be highlighted with a huge thank you in the end credits. And just to show how much we appreciate your support, you will receive your own boxed copy of Coffee Crisis. Reach the community you want to reach the community you want to and be immortalized in a video game by working hands-on with our team to keep your logo on display at our PNC Park level, spray paint tagged in an Alien Overlord HQ or somewhere else on our 16-bit world. And the grand Mac Daddy of them all, if you want to spend $1,000, there are 5 of these. The most brutal bonus, you're going to get everything else that we just talked about, and a little something extra. Devotion at this level gets you a spot in the VIP layer of Coffee Metal history. With such an endorsement, our amazing game programmers will feature your company/brand exclusively in a Coffee Crisis level. That's right, you get a whole level to yourself. This tier also includes a full-page ad in the game's manual, your own personal copy of the game, Megacat Studios' own Gunstar's Eternal Gratitude. Remember those programmers we mentioned previously? Well, for an extra $100, they'll add a personalized thank you to you or your company at the start of the game. Whew. There you go, guys. That is Coffee Crisis from Megacat Studios here on Kickstarter for another 23 days. They are about a third of their way to their goal of $10,000 to produce these. There are stretch goals. I almost forgot. Let's scroll down and take a look at the stretch goals. They're a little lofty at the current point, but they would be super cool if they got them. And again, here's the chiptune vinyl record that we were talking about. So, scroll down, and they've got this cool little art there. Looks like there's going to be stickers and other things inside the cartridges. Stretch goals. Point of fact, for me, as someone who's on Kickstarter, as you guys know, pretty frequently, I would have probably made a little bit of a bigger image here just to call more attention to the stretch goals. Again, that's just a personal comment on the way, in general, for Kickstarter. But, community is more valuable to us than anything else. Our stretch goals include putting full stand-up arcade cabinets into one of the 3 locations below. At 15K, we had a custom, complete stand-up arcade based on the highest votes from contributors. At 17K, 2 locations. At 20K, all 3 arcades are funded. Where are they? These guys are also local to the U.S. here. They're in Pittsburgh. It will be Looking for Group. Our first public playtesting is 11/4/2016. Kickstarter launch project, Pennsylvania. Alpha Labs is Pittsburgh Premier Startup Accelerator. And then Black Forge Coffee House. So this looks like these are the 3 locations. We'll go ahead and take a look at these. Where they could. The Black Forge Coffee House in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Looking for Group, which is gaming lounge and co-working space. Again, I believe this is also Pittsburgh. And then Alpha Lab. I don't know if this is actually a location. I'm just going off of what I saw there. So, anyway, guys, that's pretty much it for this. Let me know what you guys think. Do you miss your Sega Genesis? Are you pumped with the resurgence of sort of the retro gaming movement with the production of the NES Classic, this small little NES that has a bunch of onboard games that hooks up with an HDMI cable? Maybe you're using this as a means to pull in your young fledgling gamers into the cool games of your past, show them what Nintendo hard really means. Would you like to see, again, something similar to this, where a resurgence of physical carts for old school games, rather than, it seems to be going pretty well. You go to any kind of smaller gaming convention, you'll see people putting out their, I mean, even at PAX, I met some of the other folks at PAX doing original Nintendo games. There's all sorts of stuff going on with that. So, let me know what you guys think about this. Will you be backing Coffee Crisis for the Sega Genesis by Megacat Studios? Let me know in the comments below. Do you think the price is right? Will you go for the physical cart? Will you just go for the PC port? And on the same tone of that, aside from just this game, what other style of games, aside from this side-scrolling beat-em-up or platformer from older consoles, would you like to see ported, or not necessarily ported, but newer versions of those style of games? Would you like to see a Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine or a Kirby's Avalanche brought into a modern day? I know we have a lot of similar things in mobile games, but maybe another versions of something like that in a physical cart. I'm curious. Let me know what you guys think. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy your weekend. I'll be putting out a couple other videos in the coming days. If you're going to be at Rhode Island Comic-Con this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, I will be there. Saturday, I'll be hanging out with my buds at the Ghostbuster group, the Ghostbuster booth, so you can swing on by. We can chat about games, D&D, whatever you want. I'll have business cards. I've got whole stacks of them here, so you can swing on by, pick one up, and yeah, let me know. Hey guys, hope you have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you next time.